And a warm welcome to you from the Nelson Center here in Springfield, Illinois, as we get ready for the 2020 MACHA playoffs. It is our second gold quarterfinal of the day. Tonight, the Bradley Braves take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Alongside Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington. Luke, we've had all kinds of good games here today. We saw a big upset in the silver division. Mizzou, the 8th seed, knocking off UW Milwaukee earlier in the day. Saw a good game here earlier between SIUE, your club, and of course Illinois. That was a 5-4 win for the Cougars. And now we've been kind of billing it as our main event here tonight between Bradley and Iowa State.
Right, you know, in the UFC they put the best fighters, but they also put the most evenly matched fight right near the top of the card, right? We've had some good fights, we've had some good games, but this one is the one to watch. This is going to be a very tight game, very close game. It's two very similar teams in terms of output, and like you said in our previous broadcast, these teams have split and they've looked very competitive over the course of this season.
Speaking of that split, the time these two teams met earlier in the year was back in November, the 15th and 16th, back in Peoria over at the Owen Center. And the Bradley Braves won 6-2, a 4-goal win on Friday night, but it was the Iowa State Cyclones who responded 2-1 in overtime the next game. So really anybody's guess as to who wins tonight.
Well, not only, was that the tale of two games, but when you meet in early November and you come back and, we're in mid-February now, these are two different clubs. I mean, just in the way that the players have evolved. Bradley doesn't know anything about Iowa State except for what they've prepped, and the same thing for Iowa State about Bradley. Those games don't mean as much as if they met 2 weeks ago. These are evolved teams. They've evolved their strategies. The players have grown as players, and it should be a great matchup.
Absolutely, indeed. Teams are just finishing up warm-ups here, about 2 minutes or so to go. But again, this is the 4-5 matchup in the gold division, and we saw SIUE win today as the 3 seed. So SIUE will play Illinois State tomorrow in the semifinal game, or in one of the 2 semifinals. And then Iowa, the undefeated Iowa Hawkeyes, await the winner of this game. So no matter who wins, they've got a tall task coming up for them tomorrow.
Yeah, this evenly matched game is going to be the easier of the 2 matchups for the winner. The Iowa Hawkeyes are very strong, undefeated, and I know coming into the season, I talked to the coaches at SIUE, I maintained contact with them, and I sat down first practice and I said, so, what do we look at here? And they said, well, it's Iowa, and then there's the rest of the MACHA. They said, Iowa's the team we have to worry about. They've said it all year, and that's really going to be what Bradley and what Iowa State have to worry about. But first, you got to get past this game, and that's going to be a tall task for both of these teams.
It is indeed. We're going to have coverage of it coming up here shortly. Again, Iowa has not lost in regulation. They did lose in a shootout, but that was all the way back in September, I believe. It was either the first, second, third, or game of the year or something like that, but they have been just unbelievable really the whole season long. So.
Well, as you know, a shootout loss isn't really a loss.
Right.
Shootouts only happen because the game has to end. We don't.
Yep.
Nobody counts those.
I think if that game goes to continuous OT, I think we know who wins that game.
Yes, I think we do.
So teams just finishing up warm-ups here, about 30 seconds or so to go. Iowa State is going to be in their white uniforms with the maroon and gold trims on them, wearing the gold helmets. Very University of Minnesota-like, the Gophers.
They are quite Golden Gopher-like. They also have that non-distinct, legally not similar logo to the Iowa State Cyclones. So they do have the red bird, the Cyclone, on the front there. Bradley, of course, wearing their classic red and whites.
Earlier this year, we got at Bradley, I got to see their maroon jerseys, and I have to say those maroon and gold are just some of the best in the jersey game out there. So.
They're fantastic. If I can be a homer a bit, I quite liked our matchup earlier between the University of Illinois and SIUE. Both teams were in their colors, their colored jerseys. So SIUE had their red, and University of Illinois had their navy blues with orange. It was a good matchup.
We're going to take a quick timeout before puck drop. We'll be right back. Bradley and Iowa State next. Back here at the Nelson Center, just about ready for a puck drop between Bradley and Iowa State. This was a quarterfinal matchup as well last year here too. Iowa State won that one and knocked Bradley out of the playoffs. Iowa State went on to the championship game before losing to three-time defending champ McKendree, who surprisingly is not in the tournament this year.
You know, SIUE has a very close rivalry with McKendree. We do have a McKendree logo in the locker room. I will not reveal where that is, but you can use your imagination. So beating McKendree twice this year was a very special event for us, but then McKendree didn't even make the playoffs, so we kind of were like, doesn't mean quite as much, does it?
So we're underway here at the Nelson Center in Springfield as Sule will just scoop it up and looks like drop it back. I think he wanted a whistle there, but we'll continue to play on. Sule getting the start here, and that he's been the main go-to guy this year for Bradley. Of course, Devin Schneider in there as well, but offside call here against Bradley. Just about 20 seconds or so into this game.
So now we talked briefly about uniforms. I just want to extend the handshake across enemy lines to say that Bradley's uniforms, these red uniforms, are some of the best in the MACHA. They're very classic looking.
I would agree. I'm not used to seeing this either because these are their road jerseys, and so typically wear the white at home. But yeah, it's they are very sharp indeed. So off the glass, cleared down by the Braves, but this one will be an icing against Bradley. So back down to their territory here. Is got 19-18 left here in the first, just getting underway between these two.
You hate to see it from Dylan Haar there. You know, he just got out on there. He had to chase the puck for that icing call, ran a wind sprint 200 feet. That's just a rough deal.
Off the draw, Cyclones win it as they force it back below the goal line now. It's Patrick Burgess with it. Long shot from the point. Sule makes the save and is able to stick it into the corner there for the Braves. Along the wall, forced down low now as the Cyclones cycle it back up to the point. Held on to long shot. Sule makes the save. That was off the stick of Bryce Kessel for Iowa State. No relation, of course, to Pittsburgh Penguins forward Phil Kessel, or Arizona Coyotes forward.
He's with the Coyotes.
That's right.
Now.
Got to get my teams right here.
You got to put the two Kessels in a room so you can down more hot dogs in one sitting and play a game afterwards.
18:47 reads the clock.
Phil Kessel is an American hero.
Yes, he is. Off the draw, Bradley wins it in their defensive zone as Crandall will throw it along the boards now, trying to get it out of the zone. Good presence there by the Braves up along the boards. Now Crandall will bank it up ahead, trying to find his man. That's Logan Nig along the boards. Cyclones will go back and play it here along the wall. Sam Bryan able to keep it in. Tuttle trying to go for Cooney out front, but that's through the crease. Corey Kohut in there as well for the Braves. Now Kohut will take it across the line, scoops it into the corner past the outstretched glove there of Austin Simpson. Down in the corner again here. We've played about 2 minutes here at the Nelson Center. Scoreless between Bradley and Iowa State. This one up in the air. Loose puck. Officials blew it dead. And so that will get the face-off here. Yeah, I believe inside the zone, but chance there for Bradley goes to waste.
You know you missed the call when both of the benches go, whoa, whoa. That wasn't even close to being covered up, but I'll give the linesman throw him a bone. He is at a very poor angle to judge that.
Off the draw, Cyclones win it here. It's Liam Johnson trying to get it up the boards. Good keep and a high shot there from Brooks Blackbird, but held on to again by the Iowa State goaltender Drew Pearson, native of Lino Lakes, Minnesota, getting the start here tonight.
Good job there by Blackburn. He stepped up. He had that lane just for a split second, took advantage of it and shot. You see so many times guys today have waited too long and the lane shut down. Brooks Blackburn just hopped right on top of it.
Luke Case with a hard shot. That one caught Pearson off guard. And Seth Bishop was right there. Now Tintera in front for Peters. And Pearson down on a scramble. Had to get back up on his feet. A chance there for the Braves. Nice job by Pearson to keep it out.
That was an interesting save there by Pearson. He came down, butterflied, but much like a rock star doing like a power slide on his knees, he slid back a little too much and he just kind of plopped onto his back. The back and butt is the worst place for a goalie to be. We've said that in a couple games today. And he just kind of lost balance and came back, so he's lucky it didn't come out to burn him.
He is indeed, and it all kind of started with that puck that came all the way around the boards on the original dump in there from Sam Lucchese. Off the draw, this one will be cleared down by the Braves. After it for Iowa State is John Kester. Kester, long pass up ahead as they find their man. Off sides are the Cyclones, so that will stop the clock with 17:05 to go. Period number one. A little bit of a slow-moving game so far.
I was going to say, yeah, we've been very stop-start. Had a couple offside calls, had some puck cover-ups early. The game hasn't really found its flow yet. So we're just waiting for one team to break the flow, to strike first, and it's a great opportunity. Both teams kind of feeling each other out here.
Cyclones have it out, trying to go out through center. Andrew Schmidt and Josh Crandall are the defense pair out there right now for the Braves. Sorrentino takes it up along the wall and backhanded out along the right side. Good forecheck here from Logan Nigg for the Braves. Up ahead, Iowa State moving with it as it's Peter Salatka. Trevor Cooney in there as well for Bradley. Nigg trying to find that in the wickets, but lost a hold of it as the Braves play it right at the line. Now taken in by Tate Hentz for the Cyclones as he will slow it down. Up ahead now as they try and go to their man. Crandall will play it off the boards. This one's going to be another icing here against the Braves. So back down to their end.
We're at about an icing call, I would say, every 45 seconds so far. Like I said, game has not found the flow, and that means that neither of the teams are experiencing that in and out. You're getting into a rhythm. This is a great time to strike. If your opponent's not in a rhythm, you can catch them off guard very easily.
Off the draw, Cyclones win it as they will cycle it back down low. Sule moves from post to post here for the Braves. Down low, into the corner, good pressure applied from the Bradley defense. Andrew Schmidt in there for the Braves as he takes a hold of it. Working along with number 53 for Iowa State, that's Hunter Schultz. Now out through center, the Braves move it. Tuttle trying to find Cooney at the line. And that one will go down into the corner. 15:44 to go here in our opening frame of these two very evenly matched teams, Bradley and Iowa State. Right at the line, forced in. Crandall sends it off the glass and back down to Cyclone territory here. They will hold on to it back behind the net as they wait for reinforcements here. Colin Frank waiting for it on the left side. Teammate will pick it up here and move up through center. Great speed by Cooper Bailey, forced into the corner. Corey Coat after it now for the Braves. And now the Braves will have to go back and play it. Bryant off the boards. Peters having trouble working it out and now does so for Bradley. Right there and flown in off the wickets. Braves get it out again. Avoiding most of that hit was Peters, trying to go for leading scorer Kyle Tintera. Down low, back behind the net now. Braves take a hold of it. I'll slow things down here and move it up the right side. Picked off. That was Bryant on the attempted feed. And now Bradley will take a hold of it again here up the boards. One hand on the tape. Sorrentino trying to work it there for the Braves, but it'll instead go back for Kester, who will in turn play it up through center. Here's Haar getting hit hard by Logan Nigg there up along the boards.
I see what you did there.
Had to throw that one in there. Now Nigg will bank it up to the point. Just kept in at the line by the Cyclones, but taken away by Ryan Spence. Here is Spence into the zone. He'll cycle it back, but gave it away. Now the Braves will have to go back on defense here. Brooks Blackburn is back there for the Braves, waiting for that puck to develop. Also in there is Sam Lucchese. Lucchese trying to throw it forward now for the Braves, but this one will be banked up the boards. David Tuttle in there for Bradley. The big man, David Tuttle, trying to throw it back to the point, just kept in at the line. Here's the shot from Etchison, broken up by a couple of Iowa State sticks. Etchison will play it up to the point for Blackburn, swings it across, but this one will come out of the zone as Crandall was not able to handle that pass in the zone. 13:25 to go here in the first period. Game has started to pick up a little bit in terms of pace these last few minutes.
I was going to say, if this game maintains this pace, it'll be exactly as advertised.
Hence with it in the corners. He gets thrown to the ground by Schmidt there for a moment. All kinds of Bradley bodies in front of the goal, and they're able to force it out of the zone. And they will get a couple of changes here. Cyclones right back across the line, and Sule has no problem for that stop.
Yeah, like you said, this game's been picking up over the last few minutes. I believe, mark my words, we played over 2 minutes without an icing call. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle on ice, some call it. That's what that refers to. I don't know if you know that.
Absolutely.
But, this game's found its flow. You can see the players are getting into it. It's getting a little more intense, a little more speed heavy. That's exactly what you want to see. Oh!
Kohut almost gave it away in front of his own net and now has to scramble to get back defensively as he works here. That was a dangerous play. And now banked up out of the boards by Kyle Tintera. But Corey Kohut, very uncharacteristic of him to make that play.
Good stick-to-itiveness to it, though. Stuck with it and broke it up. And, when you make a mistake, that's what you got to do. You got to stick with it.
Bishop on the forecheck here for the Braves. Iowa State now out through center as they come across the line. Bailey going through the wickets there. Sule will come out and stick it away up to the point. Thrown towards the net, but that's blocked. The original shot coming from Patrick Burgess for the Cyclones. And now fired back below the goal line. Sule will come out and chop it off here for Corey Kohut. Kohut, the freshman, is the second leading scorer here on the Braves. Had a great season so far. Coming into the zone now is Ryan Spence. Spence absorbs a hit along the wall and sticks with it here along the boards. Thrown back to the point, slid across for Blackburn. His shot missed the mark wide. Follow-up try at the doorstep. Pearson had the pad down ready in case it were to be there. Now up to the point, good pinch by Sam Lou Case. And the Braves continue to work here in the offensive zone. Tied up in the corner now is Spence. Nice no-look back in. There's a drive from the point. Pearson makes the save, and it covers it up with the glove. Nice job to make that stop.
When you rip a slap shot from that angle at that distance, you want somebody to stand in front. You want a screen. You want a redirection. Didn't get that, but the elevation on that was quite nice. It was off the ground, so you still had to deal with the puck in the air, but it was low enough to where it was still going to go high in the 5-hole.
Off the draw, Bradley just sends it wide here into the corner as they will go back behind the net. Tuttle racing after it. In there for the Cyclones is Hunter Schultz. As they go back below the goal line now. Brooks Blackburn up ahead. We'll fling it in to the Cyclone zone as they will go back and slow it down here. This is the thing that Iowa State likes to do, is they like to take their time with the breakouts and make sure that everything is right before they move forward a little bit more than a normal team would.
Hey, and you know what? If it works, it works. You got to make sure that you execute on those breakouts. They're some of the most crucial times in hockey games is when you have a breakout that works or doesn't. So if you have to take an extra second or two, that's worth it.
There's a backhand just wide of Sule. Another try in the slot. Tuttle able to extend the twig in there. Another try, and this one's blown dead. I think the net might have just come off there, and that's why the officials blew it dead. Yes, it did.
That puck went straight up into the ceiling. I don't know if it came down.
I have no idea either. Guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. Get the X-Files in on this. I tell you what, we talked earlier about a little bit of a quirk in this rink. We have very low air conditioning vents, or heating vents, whatever they are, coming on the left and right side on our near side here. They drop down to maybe out 25 feet in the corner. So that could play a little havoc if the puck's going to go straight up.
Tell you what, it's not a heating vent because it's cold as heck in this rink.
Oh, my gosh, it's freezing.
I've got my winter coat on over my shirt here, so definitely a little chilly up here, and I know you are too.
I was talking to the SIUE team trainer, friend of mine, and she asked me if it was cold in here, and I said it was freezing. She comes to me during the first intermission. Hold on.
Here's a chance. Sule able to fight it off. Blackburn will play it up to the point. Braves, though, are able to get it out through the neutral zone.
Anyway, she comes back to me in the first intermission, says nothing but, don't be so soft, it's not that cold. I'm like, you've spent 4 hours in here.
Simpson will fire it back in deep. Good job by Iowa State on the quick change, able to keep possession here in the offensive zone. Blackburn behind the net now for the Braves as they move out through center. Nice tape-to-tape pass but intercepted by the Cyclones. That'll be played off the tape here of Peter Salatka. Salatka hands it off, quick snapper, and oh my, that one came a little bit too close for Sule. Now hang on, got a couple of extra pushes and shoves here. Looked like that was Sam Lucchese at the center of it for the Braves. Wasn't sure exactly what happened.
Looked like Patrick Burgess on the other side as well.
Not sure if he gave Sule an extra whack or what, but
told him Happy Valentine's Day. We'll leave it at that.
So face-off will be to the left of Sule. No penalties called, so we'll keep playing on here.
It's almost a dangerous pop-up there when you have to turn around and make that kind of catch. It can be kind of easy to lose your place when you 180. And that's the kind of puck that gets dropped every once in a while into a goal for worst of highlights.
There's a chance in the slot now for the Cyclones. Peter Salatka right at the center of it again here. Back behind the net. Held on to by Burgess. And now back to the point. Shot was blocked off the body of Brennan Peters. And so cycled back here for the Braves as it's flipped out of the zone by Josh Crandall. 8:52 to go here in the first. No score between these two teams. It's been a close one as expected. And goals might be hard to come by here in this game if these first few minutes are any indication.
But with the intensity these teams are playing, I mean, they're already pushing and shoving. I'm okay with the defensive battle. This is a thrilling game so far.
Across the line, Iowa State trying to play it here, but it'll be forced out through center. Dumped in, and Sule will just hang on to it here in the glove very wisely. I'll stop the clock with 8:19 to go in the first.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna rocket or wrist her over from the blue line, Sule will say, yeah, I'll take a free stave, pad my stats just a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Off the draw, Braves chip it out. Unable to get possession though, so Iowa State will go back and play it here in their own end. Now out through center. Cyclones come across the line. Dumped in. Chopping at it was Logan Nigg, and the Braves will come out through center. This is the Spence, Nigg, and Sorrentino line out there right now for the Braves. Spence on the backhand, trying to throw it towards the net. Sorrentino coming out and help him in the corner here. Under 8 to play in this period. Iowa State now up along the boards. Thrown up for Bryce Kessel, and he will come out through center. Here's Kessel. Avoids the hit, sticks with it here. Holding on to it on the backhand. Thrown out in front of the slot area where it's taken a hold of. Here's Bailey trying to make a move. Nigg had it roll off the tape as it will go back now for Sam Bryant, who has to try and corral it here for the Braves. They're having trouble here in their own end. Long shot from Kester deflects its way into the corner. And the Cyclones trying to keep this pressure rolling. Cooney unable to clear. Bryant will have to go back and get it here for the Braves. And that one will go out of play. But Bradley scrambling a little bit there. Looked a little lost in their own end for a moment.
They did. I want to go back to Kessel being in his own zone. He was holding the puck over in the far corner, and he was the only Cyclone in the zone, and Bradley had all 5 defenders in the zone. Now, why they let Kessel continue to carry the puck is interesting, but there's not a lot of pressure put on him. That's where you put pressure on because he's in his offensive zone. If he's going to make a pass, you want to force him to make that pass into the neutral zone. So just a little bit more awareness and aggression as a shot on goal is saved by Joshua Sule. You want to force a little more aggression on defense there if you're Bradley.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And Sule making the stop there. So 6:45 to go here in the first. Again, these teams split the regular season series in Peoria rather, at the Owen Center, the home rink for the Bradley Braves. And next year they'll be in Ames, Iowa for series next year. These two teams have had a good rivalry going, though, the past couple of seasons, and for the second year in a row, they're meeting in the playoffs here. So down the length of the ice it will go. Icing against the Braves. Sort of falling back into our old habits here of icing.
You hate to see it.
6:23 on the clock here in the first. Hang on, let's see. Telling a player to be quiet on the bench. He was telling Patrick Burgess to zip it. Those were his exact words.
45, zip it, and he did the little zip it hand gesture. I don't know if I've seen the zip it hand gesture since about middle school.
Big hit thrown along the wall. Luke Case there for the Braves. Now Bradley will play it out. Here's David Tuttle trying to get a quick shot off of the line before he comes off for a change. About 6 minutes to go here in the first. Still nothing between the Braves and Cyclones. Down in, and Sule will stick it off the glass. Blackburn in there for the Braves. Up along the wall. Out through center. Long pass connects. Here's Bishop holding on to it. Bishop shoots, and a save by Pearson. Nice job reading that angle. Pearson coming way out to play it as he hangs on to it here for the stoppage.
So Bishop came in, he had a 2-on-1 potentially. Defender came back and made that a 2-on-2, but he had a good job there. He waited for the play to come to him, and he eventually found an angle that worked. It wasn't the best angle, but that pass would have been a turnover, so he didn't force it. He took his shot, and that's exactly what you got to do in that situation.
Off the draw, Tintera trying to work it for the Braves. Haven't seen a ton of Kyle Tintera so far tonight. He is, of course, the leading scorer, and he was on an unprecedented streak as of late. He's got a hat trick in, I believe, 5 of the last 6 games or something along those lines. So he's been incredible, and off to a little bit of a slow start here. Hasn't gotten a ton of ice time here in the early going, but maybe if you're head coach Brian Hamilton for the Braves, saving him for those times late in the game when you need him.
You got that hidden weapon in the back. You're just like, Kyle Tintera off out of nowhere. He's just waiting to get a hat trick in 2 periods this time,
yeah.
Right? Add a little challenge. It's like when you beat a video game and you just impose challenges on yourself.
Off the wall now as it's taken a hold of by the Cyclones. 3-on-3 into the zone. Tintera trying to get back for the Braves. Sule fights it off as it's flung up the boards. And out of the zone now. Nice job on the wing by Bryce Kessel. Sule will get the save there. Been a lot of those kind of weak shots thrown to the net here from Iowa State early in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a nice save percentage going on here like that, and those aren't hard saves to make, and you're not mentally exhausting goalie. If anything, you're doing the same thing that warm-ups do to them. You're just getting them in the zone.
Bradley out through center now. Nice feed up ahead. This one off the skate of Logan Nigg, who came flying in for the Braves. And now out through center. Will come right in front of our ice Mike Sam Bryant laying a check. Bailey in there as well to throw one for Iowa State. Pearson will drop it back here with 4 minutes to go in the first period. Getting a little ahead of myself there. Iowa State holding on to it though. As they look to move up ice. Here they come off the boards and flipped in off the tape of Johnson into the corner. Spence after it for the Braves. Getting some help there in the corner. Worked up the boards, but not out. Kept in at the line. Rolling up to the point, and that one's cleared out by the Braves. Intended target was Etchison, trying to jam at it between the wickets. He's got David Tuttle with him. Here's Tuttle back behind the net, forced to the corner along the boards, and now Trevor Cooney takes a hit along the wall. Etchison in there as well for the Braves. Tuttle in there, including John Kester for the Cyclones. Now they're able to move it out. Blackburn got to get back on the fence. Here's a 2-on-1. Across the line, here's Burgess with the shot, and Sule just got a piece of it to keep it out. Now Blackburn hustling back the other way. Chance for the Braves now. Here's Blackburn cutting inside. Throws it out front, and Cooney had it roll off the tape. Blackburn right there as well. Here's Cooney in the corner as he's muscled off, trying to feed Brendan Peters. Well, that didn't work, and now the Cyclones will come out through that. Tempo is picked up a lot here. Here's Kessel with the shot deflecting into the corner. Player goes down. Brendan Peters is right there in the corner as well. That was Hunter Schultz that hit the deck there. 2:22 to go in the period as we've got a tie up here in the corner. Trevor Cooney right at the center of it for the Braves. Thrown to the far boards. Luke Case goes up ahead for Seth Bishop. Bishop absorbs the hit and throws it down the length of the ice for an icing against Bradley.
So Bradley has had a couple opportunities, but I don't know if I've seen sustained pressure from Bradley since about the 8 or 10 minute mark. They haven't had a sustained offensive push in quite a while, and that's going to be a problem moving forward because you will get those breakaways, but those sustained offensive pressure is where what generates offense, what gets the other team on their heels.
No doubt about it. And we'll see what this final 2 minutes or so of this period has in store for us. Bishop trying to whack away here at the line for the Braves. He goes down, able to get the pass off, but just missed the mark. The intended target was Trevor Cooney. Now across the line is Iowa State. Hentz throws it to the corner now. Bishop in between the wickets. Bad turnover. Here's a chance in front. Hentz sends it wide. Follow-up try was too strong as Bishop corrals it for the Braves. Up ahead, the intended target was Sorrentino, and the Cyclones will bank it off. Case back to get it for Bradley with 1:25 to go in the period. Sorrentino up ahead as he finds his man. Here is Logan Nigg for the Bradley Braves. Oh, my.
Ooh.
One of the Braves players went down hard into the boards.
He's holding his wrist.
Yeah, couldn't catch the number here. We'll see. Looks like Ryan Spence for the Braves. That did not look good at first sight. We'll keep an eye on him as this game goes along. Bradley now out through center. Tuttle hustling after it. Braves are offside, so they'll tag up. Liam Johnson plays it across. Under a minute now to play in the period. Across the line they come. Sule waiting for that puck to come near. There's a big drive from the point, and Sule makes a great stop. Came way out to make it. Tuttle now playing it ahead, and Nig just lost the handle on the delayed offsides. So that will stop the clock with 35.7 to go in the first.
So I know you guys were kind enough to invite me on your Bradley stream. We're using your Bradley equipment. This is Bradley fans watching. In the first period, I'm going to say advantage Iowa State. They've had more sustained pressure in their offensive zone. They seem to be generating more chances. I will say that those chances are weaker, but eventually that possession on that end, if it's not balanced out by Bradley, will wear down.
No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Iowa State has definitely had the speed edge here in this first period, and obviously things can change any minute, but be interested to see what Coach Hamilton tells his Bradley group here during the intermission. Still a chance, though, for the Braves. Nice save by Pearson, able to deflect it out of play.
Yeah, and these are two talented clubs. The top 5 clubs in this are really, really solid teams here, and you don't get this far without being good at making adjustments, reading on the fly, reading your opponent well, and these are two teams that are perfectly capable of doing that, so we can see an entirely different second period.
Bryant now trying to play it for Peters, and dishes off for Tintera. Tintera holding, waiting, shooting, just missed the mark. Kyle Tintera was looking for the top corner but didn't get it. Now in the slot, Tintera's opportunity was jammed again, and that will just about do it here for the first period. And for the first time today, we have a scoreless first period as Bradley and Iowa State unable to generate a goal here through the first 20. And so your thoughts, Luke, on that first period of play?
Well, like I said, I think advantage Iowa State, but, Bradley is a smart team. The SIUE faced them twice this year as well. Bradley knows how to make adjustments, and they will do exactly that. The problem with Bradley is they keep making these concentrated break into the zone pushes. They fire off a shot, but they lose possession, and they come out of their offensive zone within maybe 10, 15 seconds. What they need to do is they need to focus more on sustained pressure. That's how you get into goalie's head. That's how you rifle off 5, 10 shots in a row, and that's how you take the lead in this game.
We shall see what the second period holds. Again, Iowa State and Bradley are scoreless after one. You are watching the 2020 MACHA Gold Division Playoffs here on the Bradley Hockey YouTube channel. Alongside Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period number 2. Stick with us. Here we go, period number 2 underway between Iowa State and Bradley. We are just a little bit running a little bit behind here, but we are back just about 28 seconds or so into this game. 18 seconds actually. So again, no score between these teams. Face off in the offensive zone now for the Cyclones. Got word from the Bradley coaching staff that Ryan Spence is going to be okay, but here's Seth Bishop with the shot, and that one just missed the mark. Hot chance off the tape of Bishop there. Good looking opportunity.
Good news as always, if the player's going to be all right, that's great. You hate to see a guy hold his wrist because there's not a lot of light wrist injuries in the list of possible things that could be wrong.
Along the boards now, this one will go down the ice, but officials wave it off right away. Boy, me and you both were cutting it a little close there at the end.
Well, I got to talking to the SIUE coaches, and, when their program cuts you a paycheck, it kind of hard to say no.
Yeah. I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So when you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, when nature calls, man.
Take care of business.
Now all, 30, 40, 50 viewers are know that about you?
Absolutely. Sorry. I had to go. We're good, though. We're good. Here's Blackburn now with it for the Braves, as this one will go down the length of the ice. Icing called against Bradley, 18:40 to go. Yeah, I don't know if I really needed to say that, but well.
Here's the deal, folks, is we really, we have, I don't know, maybe 20 to 30 minutes between games, but that's not downtime. That is time for us to go get more caffeine, walk around to prepare for the next game.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to prepare for a game, more than the half hour we're even allotted. So, we've been active and working this entire time.
Absolutely.
We don't get downtime here.
Blackburn along the boards now. Tuttle trying to grab it now for the Braves as he will play it out of the zone. Right there was Brendan Peters as well, or excuse me, Cam Etchison for Bradley. Brooks Blackburn, and now Cooney up along the boards. Cyclones back to play it here in their own end. Sorrentino applying the forecheck here for the Bradley Braves. Out through center, big hit applied. And right in on Pearson as he makes the easy stop. About 2 minutes gone in period number 2 between Bradley and Iowa State. We are still scoreless. And we had a lot of big scoring periods. We had at least 3 goals in every first period of our first 3 games, and none here in this one.
But don't mistake that for this being a poor game. As Drew Pearson covers up the puck here. Don't mistake that for this being a boring or a less exciting game. This is a lot tighter than, say, that the Bronze Division game that we just had. The Bronze Division game between Marquette and Wheaton was a slow game. This has been an exciting 0-0. This is a fun 0-0.
Agreed with you on that for sure. As Iowa State now take a hold of it back behind the goal line. Cyclones, they have had a ton of close games this year, and so this is nothing new for them really. They only have 7 wins, but they have had a ton of overtime losses where they have picked up an extra point. So close games, had a lot of them, but they have struggled with them so far this year, so that could be an advantage for Bradley as we move along in this game.
Given those loser point haters, given those kinds of peoples, giving them some ammo, as Iowa State over here picking up a bunch of loser points. But for the record, personal opinion alert, when a game ends in a shootout, which is nothing to do with the game of hockey and it just has to exist so we don't play until we die, I don't think you get cheated out of a result if you lose on that. So loser point, okay, in my book. It's the official stance of SIUE broadcasting.
Johnson will swing it over across now for the Cyclones as they play it right along the line. And Bradley will take a hold of it now. And Iowa State play it right back in. Soule will just hang on to this one. Soule's one of those goalies that does not like to take risks, just like to play it safe, and that's probably the way to go most of the time.
I think during my entire playing career, I can count on maybe 2 hands how many times I actually played the puck as compared to cover it up. When you're a goalie, and especially when you trust your forward line, you just want to cover it up. It's so much simpler. It slows the game down, which helps your guys.
Whoa, look out. The Iowa State coaching staff nearly had a snag there. That was, he didn't even move. He just closed his fist and hoped that he almost caught it.
Well, I thought maybe he was trying to catch it too, and I'm like, don't do that, dude. That's a great way. There's a lot of little bones in your hand. It's a great way to break several of them. I should know, I once was at a game as a kid, and a Stevie Eiserman puck came up over the boards, and I caught it, and it broke my little hand.
Really?
Yes. I was about 8 at the time, maybe.
Okay.
So I was young, but worth it. But
yeah,
don't put your hand in front of pucks, guys.
Iowa State wins the draw, but they'll have to go all the way back into their own end to take care of it here as Kester flings it down the length of the ice. And shocker, we're going to have another icing here.
Wow, it's almost like there's a theme to this game.
Yeah. So down the length of the ice it will go, as both teams will get some changes here. Fresh legs out on the ice, 16:26 to go in this second period of a scoreless game.
So in SIU's second matchup against SLU this year, that game, because of icing, because of delays, because of refs trying to figure stuff out, that was a 3.5-hour game.
Oh, my.
And I'm just sitting here praying after the day we've had that this is not in the same way.
Yeah. Unless we get like an overtime game, we'll probably avoid that route.
Yeah. But on the other hand, that game had like a 4-goal deficit in the third period. This game will probably be exciting in the third period still.
Iowa State now out through center. Here they come across the line. Dylan Haar scoops it into the corner, but this is a delayed offsides.
Oh.
That was controversial. The Cyclones didn't like that one. Allows Bradley to regroup.
Patrick Burgess took a really wide turn to get back too.
Now Pearson let it go behind the net here. Played about 4 minutes in the second. Still no score. Good speed along the outside by Salatka. Will slow it down, throw the brakes on, and that shot missed the mark wide of Sule. Follow-up try again goes wide of the goal. Another drive. Sule makes the save, big rebound, and he has got it. That's probably the best save he's had to make tonight.
Well, and it's not, you see that, almost like you think, oh man, has he made some poor saves? But he just hasn't been tested much tonight. That was Iowa State's maybe only second or third legitimate chance.
Nice job by Sule, standing his ground here. 15:43 to go in the second period. Off the draw, quick win by Iowa State. Defenseman goes down. Sule makes another stop. Played along the boards. Here's a chance in the slot. Sule makes the save. It's loose and batted away by the Braves defense. That was Josh Crandall that just saved the day for the Bradley Braves.
I don't know if the Braves are out of it yet. Never mind. Okay. Well, they're pointing at the linesman over here is pointing at what appeared to be one of the Bradley Braves players. It looked like it was number 52, Logan Nigg, but I guess he just had a quick word with him.
That was a huge play. Sule had that one back behind him and got bailed out by his defense. So nice job.
Great save, and then followed by being hung out to dry, so to speak, and they got rid of it. That's what you like about your defense. That's what the things you appreciate.
Nigg throws it in and held on to here by Pearson for another stoppage.
Are we consuming hockey in about 5, 6, 7 second intervals over here? I think that's about what we're doing.
Feels like it for sure.
We're going full Space Jam here at the Nelson Center.
It's the only way to go.
It is. I have a friend's getting married, and they put in the RSVP. Do you have any wedding? Do you have any song requests? So I put Space Jam in there.
That's not a bad idea. Bradley back to get it now. Sam Bryant will play it. Off the boards now. Big hit along the ice, Mike. That was Tintera that absorbed the brunt of that hit for the Braves. It goes across. Now Bishop throws the body as well. Physicality starting to ramp up here in period number 2. Tintera trying to play it up for Seth Bishop. That missed his tape. Tintera right there as well. Kohut. And Bishop glides it up ahead. Cyclones have it. Here's Kester. Sule makes the long stop, and he'll just punch this one out of play.
I say that bounced off the blocker pretty well. Went out into the stands off the blocker. You don't see that every day. But Yeah, the physicality is ramping up here, and you can only hope for both teams that they keep it clean. We've been pretty free of penalties so far. It's been a very clean game.
Have we even had one? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have. But it's been a very clean game so far, and with a game this tight, with a game that could go either way in terms of the chances, in terms of the score, you cannot afford a single penalty, compete or otherwise.
Cooney's going to get thrown out of the draw here. So actually both players will get thrown out. We'll get a couple of new players in for each of their respective teams. Bradley wins it back. Lucchese stumbles to the ice, so he tried to clear it. Back up on his feet. Lucchese whacking away in there with Cooney as well. And Etchison plays it up ahead. Cyclones back on defense here as it's Liam Johnson. Right at the line, David Tuttle forcing it and muscling it to the corner. Pearson coming out to scoop it on the backhand. One of the Bradley players took a tumble. Looked like he tripped on the net there. That was Trevor Cooney. Now Etchison and Blackburn will communicate. Blackburn fires it in back behind the goal as Bradley will get a line change here, or a couple of players at least. Out come the Cyclones. Nice pass up ahead on the left side. A nice hit by Brooks Blackburn laying the body there.
Went for the hip check, ended with a body check. Good job there.
Down low into the corner now. Quick snapper. Sule makes the save. Fights it off. Cyclones pressing here now in the zone. Long shot deflected. Sule scrambles to find his footing. Cyclones have it. Here's Kester with the shot. Didn't get through the traffic. And now the Braves able to move it to the point, but not out. Etchison finally able to whack it free. Now here's Sorrentino, and he will just have to come by himself as his line mates come off. Sorrentino way around the outside. And ref talking to the Bradley bench. Here's a chance, and no, that one's off the post. Ryan Spence nearly made it 1-0. Spence trying to find it again and jammed in front. Spence can't grab it. Now Blackburn, and this one goes into the netting out of play. My goodness. Big sequence of events there, and Ryan Spence had the puck all over on his twig, but just couldn't find a way to put it in.
Yeah, look at this. He steps out, hits the post right here.
Oh, this was a little bit later.
That's a little bit later, wasn't it? But he hits the post, though. You hate to see that have the opportunity. Here's another opportunity.
Yeah, Pearson makes a terrific save right there. It's been busy these past couple minutes.
Remember what I said about Bradley? The key to their game is finding a sustained offensive pressure. This is what you're watching right now.
Off the draw, Spence trying to grab it, but Iowa State will come out with it. Here's a chance as they try and cut inside. Here's Haar, leaves it in the slot. Braves all over the place, though. Able to whack it away into the corner. Spence will pick it up now for Bradley. Here is Ryan Spence out through center. Ryan Spence weaving his way in. Here's Spence. Scores! Ryan Spence with a highlight reel goal, and it's 1-0 Braves.
I'll tell you what, I think his wrist looks fine. My word. Came in, went forehand, backhand, and just kind of maneuvered himself around the goalie, 54. Silky smooth, as you will.
Oh, my word. That was an unreal goal by Ryan Spence. We wondered if he was going to come back in the lineup, and he does. And he gets the Braves their first goal of the game to make it 1-0.
Ryan Spence goes, yes, thought my wrists were hurt. Check this out. Flexible as ever.
Great goal by Ryan Spence. That is unassisted at the 12-19 mark of the period. And Spence getting a goal there for the Braves to make it 1-0. I was talking to assistant coach Sam Martino, and he told me that the Braves needed to get the first goal tonight, and they did. So a big one to give Bradley the 1-0 advantage.
Well, if the game develops like this, that might be that one goal advantage might just be it. You know, I'm not saying it's going to end 1-0, but I think that might be a difference maker. We're looking at a one-goal game, you know.
Out through center now. This one waved off, and Kohut will go right back to get it as he takes a hit along the boards. Iowa State in front. Hang on. The door came loose. It was not secured properly. So the referees will have to make sure that everything gets squared away here. Don't see that one very often.
I want to see him check it by just throwing himself into the door. See if it holds him, right?
Yeah. So
when a door comes loose like that, we're lucky that somebody didn't get checked through the door, and that's how we found out.
Yeah, well, and that could be a result, or could result in an injury too. So got to make sure those things are secured.
Absolutely.
Off the draw now, forced back below the goal line for the Cyclones. As they play it in front, here's a chance. Great block in front, they score! Great response from Iowa State after the original shot was blocked from Sam Bryant, and it's 1-1.
Takes a shot right off of Brian, says, hey, I like that lane again. Let me double down, and he ties up the game. I tell you what, you cannot look me in the eye and tell me these two teams are more than one goal separated from each other. Like, they're just so evenly matched. This has lived up to everything it's been hyped up to be, I think.
Goal from Hunter Schultz, assisted by Tate Hentz for Iowa State. So just like that, a minute later they get the chance. Now here's a chance in front right off a stick, and Blackburn can't hold his own. So Lucas will have to come all the way back for the Braves.
Oh, man, some absolutely incredible hustle there by Hintz. He beat Toom into it.
Now the Braves trying to get it out as Blackburn will have it on his stick here. And Blackburn, Pearson went down, and he's got it behind the net, but my goodness, that could have been awful for Iowa State. Pearson just completely tripped and fell back below the goal. Let's watch this on replay. I'm trying to figure out what could have happened with Pearson. He just took a tumble.
He just lose an edge here.
Delay a game white on the goalie. Delay a game.
I thought they might call delay a game. You can't cover the puck up outside of your own crease within reason, so they're going to call delay a game on the goalie Drew Pearson here, and I don't blame that penalty. Our first here's a rarity. First penalty is a delay of game. Second of all, it's on the goalie, but third, I don't blame him. You cover the puck in that situation.
Yeah, you have to.
100% of the time.
A tough break, though, for Iowa State because, I mean, obviously Pearson wasn't trying to fall or anything, and now he's got to go on the PK as a result of it.
There are a couple extracurriculars around that, and you just know it was the Bradley players chirping him for falling over behind his own net.
So now Bradley will take it here on the power plays. They look to re-enter the zone. Peters going into the corner. Peters taken down. That could have been an interference penalty against Iowa State, but we play on. Now here they come shorthanded 2-on-2. Bailey into the zone trying to dance his way in, and Peters will just miss the intended pass for Tintera. And never good when you ice it here on your penalty or your power play, but that's what the Braves do here.
Yeah, absolutely not. You know, these teams are even, and they seem more even on the power play even. I said even a lot there, but you get what I'm saying. They seem even on the power play, so that would be an advantage Iowa State. I think they have a bit of momentum here. That one-man disadvantage is not affecting them so far in these first 30 seconds.
Off the draw now, Braves will take it here. 10:20 to go in the period, and a 1:20 on the power play here for Bradley. Here's Trevor Cooney out through center. Cooney holding on to it, bump it back to the point. Shot there, Pearson the save, rebound loose in the slot and clear to the corner by the Cyclones. Dangerous play as they try and move ahead now. Across the line here, they come into the zone. Rolled off the tape of Kessel, and the Braves will play it. Trying to bank that one for Spence, the Bradley goal scorer. Off the body of Nig. Here's Spence right there. Got a couple of men in front off the tape, and they still have it. Here's Spence again with the shot. That's blocked. Corey Kohut will now swing it around all the way for Logan Nig, and Seth Bishop able to keep the line. Bishop gave it away, and so, ouch, that one goes off the official. Defenseman goes down for Bradley. That was Luke Case, but luckily his team's got possession here.
Well, we said it in the last game. Sharpen your skates, everybody. My word.
Here's Bishop now across the line, holding on to it, fires it off the glass. This one goes out through the neutral zone as Lucas will have to trace it here. Right at the line, Nig and Tuttle in there for Bradley. Sule back to drop it back here. 9 minutes to go in the period, and that will just about do it for the Bradley power play as Har will get done serving that minor against Pearson. He's fresh out of the box. Here's an interception. Here's a chance for the Cyclones. All alone, scores!
Oh, he hit hit the water bottle too. You saw that develop. The interception at the red line turned straight into a 3-on-3, and the most deadly part of that 3-on-1 is the fact that you have options, but then you can play the mind game and just say, no, I'm gonna keep it myself. Goes top shelf, hits the water bottle for the extra embarrassment, and that was a great play there by Iowa, capitalizing on a Bradley mistake.
Austin Simpson gets the goal unassisted, and so Iowa State now has their first lead of the game, and it's a big one here with 8:46 to go in the second period. So first lead of the game for the Cyclones here, just a little bit past the midway point. So they will hold on to this one, or up in the air rather it will go, and stopping the play there with 8:39.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Bradley adjusts, right? You came out, you had all the momentum in the world coming in, scoring the first goal, breaking that ice, so to speak, so late in the game. But now you're behind, and it'll be interesting to watch them try and develop the momentum. They're clawing from behind now.
Braves with it now. Nice outlet pass for Bishop. Here comes Seth Bishop. His shot is blocked. Fall up try from Tintera. Pad saved by Pearson. Comes way out to play it and make the stop.
A lot of these shots coming in from Bradley now, coming in as they enter the zone. But usually when you enter the zone, you want that shot to be a little closer than the near point, the far point. They're being pushed out on zone entry to the edges, and that tells me you shouldn't be shooting from the edges of the zone. That's exactly where Iowa State wants you to shoot from.
Oh, here's Etchison. Caught Pearson upstairs towards the mask. Big hit thrown by Etchison. Some of the Bradley fans love that down there in the corner. Cooney will go back to get it now as the Braves have it. Up off the glass, glove down in front by the Cyclones. Corey Kohut will go and chase after it as he absorbs a big hit along the wall. Atchison back for Kohut. Braves a little clumsy here on the breakout attempt. Atchison up along the wall. This game has had it all, 2-1 in favor of the Cyclones. 7:48 to go in the period. All three goals coming here within the last 5 minutes of this game. Delayed offsides. Referee was right there to blow the whistle, so this one will come outside the Cyclone zone.
Well, Bradley, I said it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. So far, Needle hasn't moved very much, but there's enough time left in this game. These two teams are separated by so little. You'll see Bradley kind of make a run for it. Maybe it's right here.
Into the zone for a moment, but fired down by Lucchese.
Spoke too soon, I guess.
Yeah. Braves have it though here. There's a chance thrown through the crease. And there's a chance there that Bradley would like to have back. Big play into the corner. Thrown wide of Pearson. That's Logan Nig whacking away for the Braves. Out there with Sorrentino. Nig takes a hit along the wall. Nig goes down again. That's going to be a penalty against the Cyclones. Bradley power play coming up.
Nig a little slow to get up, but I want to rewind back to that pass through the that pass through the crease here. Bradley had two players up off the wall, right around past the center of the circle. And when you know the puck is going to be directed towards that side of the ice, you need to play the boards a little better, because you know that if a shot goes wide, it's going to be right up along those near boards.
Indeed, and we'll see what Bradley can do here on this power play. This is their second one of the game. They're 0 for 1. Couldn't convert on that delay of game penalty that went against Pearson. Now Bryant holds on to it at the left point. He'll swing it over, trying to go at the back door. Here's Cooney. Nice save by Pearson. That was a point-blank shot and a great save.
Good job by Bradley. That's exactly how you draw that play up. I'm sure you've been at the practices all year. That is the kind of thing that you do in practice. You're like, run this to perfection and we'll get a goal 20% of the time. Well executed by Bradley.
Now Bryant at the point again, holding on to it as he shifts over. Cooney gets it at the back door, and a great stop by Pearson. Sprawling out to make the save. That was a huge one.
Made a save, kind of flopped over on his belly. I think both these goalies have twisted interestingly after the initial impact during this game. I wonder if that's just coincidence or what's going on here.
Nonetheless, though, great save.
Absolutely phenomenal
Pearson.
save. Had to go post to post. Now
Here's
another shot.
Big pad save there off the pillows of the goaltender Pearson. Braves have it, though, trying to claw their way back. Another penalty coming up, and this one's going against the Cyclones again. It's a slashing call, and Bradley's going to have a 5-on-3. This is a huge chance and a lengthy one, a minute 31.
Minute 31, you know, one chance. You got your ticket right here. This is how you tie the game back up. We said it in every one of the 3 games earlier today. This is where Bradley is going to look back post-game and say the game either changed for us or it could have changed for us. And they need to decide right now what that is going to be.
Big chance here for the Braves, who trail 2-1. They win it right back. Quick shot from Etchison into the glove of the goaltender Pearson.
Well, nothing wrong with the quick shot. Like I said, if you draw the play up like that, you find your lane, boom, bang, done. Take it. Goalies are always a little most nervous right about now in the face-off, so you can get them while they're, you know, not quite locked in yet.
So we'll do the face-off again, but Bradley's got a big chance in front of them here, as we've been mentioning. Spence will get thrown out of the draw. And Bradley wins it back again.
Ooh.
They'll swing it over for Bishop. Bishop shoots, try to go to that left post that Pearson was protecting. And now Bishop swings it across once more. Here's a shot from the point, deflects into the glass and out of play.
You know, Bradley's been generating excellent chances here. Mind you, we've seen, 3 or 4 shots on goal here. We're not even 15 seconds. We are 16 seconds into this 5-on-3. And if this is how it's going to go, Bradley will take those chances 100 days in a row.
Another big face-off coming up here for the Braves on this 5-on-3. They still have a minute 15 to work with, and this time they win it back again. Here's Brian at that left point, hanging on to it, slides it across. Coat moves down low. Good defense by Iowa State in front. Back to Coat, shoots, deflected, rebound, great stop by Pearson. That was impressive and one of the best ones tonight.
Look at him stack the pads. He makes the initial save, goes into pad stacking mode, and uses his upper body to cover it up. That is a very flexible, very smart series of saves.
Well done by Drew Pearson.
To see the initial save, pad stack, and now he'll cover it up. That's 3 individual kind of save movements to make it once. It's a lot more impressive than it might have looked on there, and it looked darn impressive.
Off the draw, this time finally Iowa State wins it, but kept in by Bryant at the point. Here is Sam Bryant moving over. Coat mishandled it, but still has it as he banks it down low. Unit still out there. Here's Coat with the shot again, deflects out of play. Boy, this Bradley team is just throwing pucks to the net here.
They absolutely are, and I am all for it. Look, you're getting high-quality chance after high-quality chance after high-quality chance. These aren't some rinky-dink shots. These are high-quality shots coming from the point, coming from the high slot area, from the blue line, and they're coming quickly. You're going to get a lot of these in high volume at the rate you're doing it.
Fresh unit out here for the Braves, but this one will finally get down. This was the line that scored the goal, or at least the Spence was out there for it along with Sorrentino and Nig. But Bishop this time going to get subbed out for Sorrentino on the line. Look out, this one taken away. Here's a chance, but broken up by the Braves, who back check quickly. Now Tuttle takes a big hit near the penalty box area. Etchison in there as well. And both teams will reset. 15 to go on the 5-3 here as it's cleared down. Seth Bishop after it now. Banks it up off the boards. Kept by Iowa State. That's Bailey. And he'll fling it to the corner. So that will do it for the 5-on-3. But Bradley still has 29 seconds of a 5-on-4 power play. Braves looking to move up ice now as they hang on to it. Here is Bishop. Nice pass. Finds his man into the zone. Peters drops it back. Here's Tintera. Tintera shoots. Save. Pearson. Rebound back behind the net. Throw it in front. And Pearson was way out of position there, but cleared it down. Blackburn to get it, and that will do it for the Bradley power play. Unable to convert on the 5-on-3 and then 5-on-4. Now here's Tintera trying to change that pad save, and that one goes up to the point and out through center as Lucchese will play it at the line. Coat settles it down, jammed at by the Cyclones as they look to move into the offensive zone. Now Coat whacking away here for Bradley as this one's flung around all the way to the other side. Blackburn put on the brakes right in front of the penalty box area. A little bit of a knuckleballer, but Pearson able to stop it here as it goes to the corner. 3:52 to go in the second period. Bradley trying to get the equalizer here. Backhander in front. Pearson makes the save. And we've got some extra pushing and shoving in front of the net.
Well, you know, Bradley probably upset that they didn't convert on that power play, but there was nothing to be unhappy about on that power play.
They got their chances.
Several high-quality chances. You controlled all except for one zone clear. You got your money's worth out of that. You just, you know, you put the money on 36 black, and it came out 27 red.
Well, gambling reference there, huh?
A roulette. Somebody's going to pop up on the comments and be like, oh, 36 is a red number. And I'm going to reveal that I've never been, gambled at a casino, but my whole life is a lie.
Down below the goal line now, Cyclones have it. 3:40 remaining in the period. Iowa State trying to press here in the offensive zone. Good pressure from Kessel, and it will be played along the line. Big takedown in the corner. Braves trying to find the loose puck. Spence is in there. He's the lone goal scorer right now for the Bradley Braves.
I tell you what, it's funny watching Luke Hayes. He was down on there, and he's trying so hard not to get a delay of game to sit on the puck. He was really awkwardly kind of doing leg lifts over there. It looked like he was working out in a Zumba class.
Nick tried to handle it through center, but he'll go back, and Iowa State will play there. 3 minutes to go in the second. Fired in down low as it will be played into the corner by Haar. And Iowa State throws it out in front. Cooney will handle that, no problem. And chop that along the wall. Blackburn absorbs the hit. Braves need to try and get this puck out and get some sustained zone time here as they trail. Here's Sorrentino, one hand on the stick, muscling it away. Delayed off sides. Intercepted by Lucchese at the line. Lucchese working. Iowa State has it, though, as they bank it up. The intended pass was for Cooper Bailey. Braves go back into their own end. 2:20 to go now in the second. Crandall will hang on to it here and survey his options. Johnson hustling after it here. Tuttle right there for the Braves. Here's Johnson back behind the net now as he will fake the handoff and hang on to it himself. Johnson waiting. He'll go right back behind the net and come out the other side. Johnson with a long pass finds his man on the left side. Into the zone. Here's a chance, and that one goes right through the crease. Good looking opportunity. Net came off, though, so that'll stop the clock.
Well, with a minute 42 left here. Even game. I think this is anybody's game moving forward. Bradley has shown that they have the chances. They've created the opportunities. Closing this game up is a matter of a dice roll. This should be a thoroughly entertaining into the second and going into the third as well.
Down low into the corner. Whacked at here by the Cyclones as they hang on to it back below the goal line and right back down low. Nig in there for Bradley along with Schmidt. David Tuttle out there for the Braves as well. Actually, that's Cooney, not Nig, on the ice for the Braves. Minute 20 to go in the period, and we'll see what we can get. Quick shot thrown towards the goal, banked right out of there by the Braves. And I will play it right back in. Sule will let this one go back behind the net for Josh Crandall. And Crandall plays it up ahead looking for Tuttle. Missed the mark. 57 to go in the period. Back under a minute now as it'll be Schmidt hustling after it. Schmidt throws it up the boards trying to go for the speedy Kyle Tintera. Had it go off his wickets. Now Tintera hustling after that loose puck. He can make some moves. Here's one Tintera, and that one's deflected out of play. But a great idea by the captain, Kyle Tintera.
Bradley getting their opportunity. They're getting out here. Good idea. You know, sometimes they just catch a stick. I enjoyed the fact it went straight up, hit a crossbar, and crossbar to the roof, I should say. Went straight down, almost hit a guy in the head. I would have laughed pretty hard if I'm being honest here.
Into the corner now, banked up along the boards. 35 to go in the period. Braves trying to even the game up. Flung to the other side where Tintero waits. Absorbs the hit, and Bishop takes one as well. Great speed by Corey Kohut there, but that one goes into the netting. So that'll stop it with 23.7.
Bradley doing well here in the second period. You know, the end of the first period, I said they need some more sustained pressure. Bradley isn't quite where you'd want them yet, but they are making progress, and they're certainly matching Iowa State in terms of pressure. Both teams could probably do a little more.
Kohut swings it back around to the other side. Here's a chance behind the goal line. Bishop hanging on to it now. He'll bank it back for Kohut with the shot. Pearson makes the save with 10 to go in the period. Cyclones have it behind the goal, and soon they'll just eat it here for the final 5 minutes or 5 seconds or so. Now here's Bishop with a quick shot, and that one just missed the mark as time expires. So that will do it for the second period, as Iowa State has a 2-1 lead over the Bradley Braves through 2 periods.
Yeah, so I think one thing I'm seeing an adjustment for Bradley is when the strong side drops in to take a shot, you're seeing the weak side, the side that the puck would hypothetically shot to, ricochet off the goalie, miss the goal, and it comes up on the boards. That weak side moved in, and now they have to turn around and get it. They're losing quite a bit of pucks on those boards. I've counted several instances of that. So you might want to tighten that up, make sure you have better protection when the puck goes and ricochets off the boards, because Iowa State's getting several possessions out of that. They're getting several chances at possessions. Iowa State, on the other hand, this is a beatable team. They haven't played a bad game, but they're beatable. You're within striking distance. You've proven you can score. You're getting very high-quality chances. This is just a matter of time before they find the net again.
2-1 is your score after 2. That was the score that Iowa State beat Bradley by in the second game of the year that these two teams played. So we'll see if that can hang up or not. But we're going to be in for a good third period here at the Nelson Center in Springfield. Iowa State leading Bradley 2-1 after 2 periods of play. Alongside Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington. Stick with us for period number 3. Welcome back to the Nelson Center here in Springfield, Illinois. About to get underway for the third and final period between Iowa State and Bradley. 2-1 lead for the Cyclones after Bradley scored the first goal of the game, and Iowa State has the last two here. And so it is, we're starting to get to desperation time here for the Braves, Luke, as we begin this third period of play.
Absolutely, it's desperation time, but that's okay because Bradley, in the most intense moments of the game, has given Iowa State a run for their money. They've generated high-quality chances. There's no reason to assume they would, crumble under the stress of crunch time.
Bradley has had some good comebacks this season, and we'll see if they can get another one here. But again, the winner of this game will take on Iowa, the top seed tomorrow. And Iowa, of course, is far and away the favorite for this tournament. But as we saw in the silver division, the top seed go down. So anything can happen here at the MACHA tournament.
It can, and here's the thing, too, is Iowa – oh, hold on, shot on goal gone wide there. But Iowa has faced has gone undefeated, but they haven't really faced a lot of stress this season at the same time.
Yeah.
How do they deal with a crunch game, a game where it's must win? Every other team here has seen those. Iowa hasn't really.
Tintera trying to find that loose puck here as he muscles away. Down low into the corner now as the Braves work at it. Good hustle here in the corner. Sorrentino and Schmidt come out to help the Braves here on the ice. Here's a chance in front. Pearson's got it with the glove, no problem for the stop.
Rolled right to him. He's like, I'm going to slow this down. Bradley spending the first solid minute in their offensive zone, and that's what you want to see. Bradley, if you're a Bradley fan, of course, Bradley needed to adjust. They needed to make not just these quick in, shot, and out plays, but they needed to make cohesive statements inside the zone.
Across the line it goes. Sule will just hang on wisely here for the stoppage with 18:51 to go here in the third. But Sule hasn't been super busy tonight, but he has made some big saves to keep Bradley in this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would reckon that probably 90% of the shots he's faced are low, slow slappers down in the pads, but that doesn't mean that the other 10% haven't been phenomenal saves.
Riley trying to break it out now as it comes across the line. Great speed from Logan Nig. Here's Nig trying to drag it in. Dropped it back for Sorrentino. And the return feed attempt for Sorrentino goes a little bit too far. So Crandall will go back and play it here for the Braves. Crandall back behind the net. Oh, just missed the pass. You got to have that one. That was Logan Nig that just couldn't handle it there. Oh, Nig goes down. Penalty coming up against Iowa State. So Bradley's going to have a power play here.
Good job by Bradley, defender. That's Logan Nig there. Good job by him to draw the penalty. This is a crucial time, crucial chance for the Braves.
2-white slashing.
So slashing.
Ooh, I thought it was going to be a tripping call, honestly.
Yeah, you could have called it either way. So Kester goes to the box for the slash. Big chance, though, for Bradley here as we begin the third. See what they can do with this opportunity.
Tintera's been dominant in faceoffs so far, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here. I cursed him.
I was going to say you jinxed it. Cleared down by Iowa State. Sule will come way out to cut it off here back behind the net.
I say that because, Tintera had about I'm going to say conservatively six straight faceoff wins on the 5-on-3.
Now here's Sam Bryant with it for the Braves back behind the net. Bradley has struggled here tonight to get set up in the offensive zone with the exception of that 5-on-3 on their power plays. Now Kohut slowing it down. Finds his man. Here's a chance across, and that one's off the iron. Oh my. Braves nearly striking, but still 2-1. Kohut back to Bryant. Bryant will swing it across for Kohut as they get the screen on in front. Now here's Bryant with the shot. That one off a body. Nice job stepping up there from Cooper Bailey. That one will go out through center. Bryant across the line now as the Braves try and find it. As Spence plays it, he's got the lone goal for the Bradley Braves here tonight, and it was a good one. Spence working his way into the zone now as Pearson will come out. Look out, Pearson nearly mishandled it there. David Tuttle in there to try and help out. This one comes through center. Braves got to get back on defense here. Slid across, and a nice job by Seth Bishop to get back, as well as Logan Neg. Now Bishop with it with 35 left on the Braves power play. And Ryan Spence comes across the line. Here's Spence into the zone, holding on to it. Here's Ryan Spence, back up to the point, held on to by Bishop. Goes down and back up to Bishop at the point. One-timer by Etchison, nice save. And a man shoved down in the corner as he was finishing his check. Tie up there. Etchison is the victim in the corner, or Sorrentino is rather. So he gets bullied there. Now Etchison finds it in the slot, trying to go for David Tuttle. Good chance for the Braves there, but broken up. So back to full strength we go. Bradley unable to convert on a key power play as they try again in front. Whacking away. Back to the point. Bishop trying to flatten that one out. Another shot that goes wide. Etchison right there to scoop it back in deep. Braves working hard here in the corner. Nice job by Bradley. Up along the wall now. Etchison able to keep Tuttle exhausted. Will come off for Bradley as Iowa State finally has possession here, and they will make some changes themselves. Oh,
Man
boy.
goes down, applying pressure there. My word.
That was Tintera. No penalty called, though. Here comes Iowa State into the zone. Here's Salatka off the crossbar. 2 irons now, 1 at each side. Big save by Sule there. And that one scooped up. Oh, defender goes down, and Peters will take advantage. Here's Tintera holding on to it, drops it back, slapper, and that one missed the mark. Big chance for the Braves goes awry there, and kicking it out there was the goaltender for Iowa State. Of course, we're talking about Drew Pearson. Desperation, and kicked the net right off in the process.
He kind of fell on that weird, didn't he? It looked like a kid belly flopping into a pool.
Yeah.
But you know what? He covered the puck up 1, 2 kicked the net off, but 3, most importantly, stopped play with both of those. So good job there.
Braves with an offensive zone draw. They have definitely had the better chances here in the second period so far. Here's another snapper that gets blocked. Braves pick it up back behind the net as they work here. Back to the point. Blackburn holds on. Jammed at in front. That was Tintera right there in that melee in front. And a whistle blown here by the officials with 14:58 to go. Get a little Sean Kingston playing here at the Nelson Center. Yes, it is.
Okay.
So face-off will be to the left here of Pearson.
When a punk song comes on, I'll tell you who it is then.
Okay. Off the draw. Braves trying to win it here. Quick shot over from Cooney. They were looking for David Tuttle there, but a good chance for the Braves goes awry. Now Iowa State has it as they look to move up out of the zone. Down low into the corner now for Brooks Blackburn, and that will go up along the boards now as Blackburn tries to play it. Iowa State now, nice chance in front of the slot, and Sule was ready for that one, but it didn't get to him. Now this one blocked up in the air, and down low into the corner now as it goes for Sam Lucchese. Lucchese reaching out to try and get the twig. That's an obvious penalty against the Braves, and the glove came off, the stick went off the hands of that player, and so it will be the Braves heading to the box for 2 minutes.
I was going to say, I just saw that, the aftermath of it. I'm like, well, there's a penalty right there. No question about it. Got slash, stick goes flying, glove goes flying. He looked like he twitched those gloves for a second like he was about to drop them, but, this is the MACHA playoffs. We're not about to do that with 14 minutes left in a tight game. Don't quote me on if it's a blowout, but, obvious penalty here, and, we're not. There it goes.
So here we
just
go.
Got up on the board there.
Back up to the point now. Big drive. Sule makes a nice stop. That was off the stick of John Kester, who's had some really good looks from the point here tonight in this game.
Yeah, we saw a lot of high volume chances for Bradley, but that's exactly what Iowa State wants here. They want to draw something up that just right off the face-off, kick it up to the point. I expect quite a few shots just like that for this power play to go very slowly if they had their way.
Bradley trying to clear it out. They do so. just enough on it to get it down, and hustling after it looked like Bishop there for the Braves, as he will adjust his mitts and get ready to defend again here for the Braves. Iowa State now up ahead. Good call, and down low into the corner now. Here's a chance, and this one is offside, it looked like, at the line, so they will blow it dead. 13:37 to go in the second period. 1:29 remaining on that power play for Bradley. Or excuse me, the power play for the Iowa State, not Bradley. Off the draw, Cyclones win it again. Kester tries to go across the line. Here's Kester, and Sule will just hang on to it wisely here for another stoppage.
Yeah, Sule will take it, and he's had a lot of saves tonight. We don't have a shot counter on the scoreboard here, but I would wager 20 of his 30 shots on goal conservatively have been shots like that, just easy cover-ups. Iowa State has had a few good chances, but they have had a lot of lackluster chances that they've just kind of put on goal.
Kester nearly gave it away. That was Ryan Spence looking for more. Spence lays the body, tries to get that puck after it, and now we'll go back into Iowa State territory. 13:08 to go in the third period here. Iowa State maintaining their 2-1 lead that they've had since about the midway point of this second period, or of this game, I should say. About midway through the second was when they got that second goal. Great heads-up play by Bradley. Here they come into the zone. One hand on the tape, and a big hit laid as Logan Nigg got decked right there.
Nigg slid into the boards. Lucky he got away with that. That's always dangerous when you slide into the boards. Luckily he had the time to slow down here.
Cyclones have it now back behind the net as they go up and work on this power play. 20 seconds to go on it. Holding on, here's a shot from the point. Nice save by Sule. Didn't look like he knew where that one was at first, but still was able to pat it away. Great cycle passing as they work it back up to the point. Top of the circle shot deflects its way into the corner. Tintera will clear it down, and that will do it for the Iowa State power play. Unable to convert, so we're back to full strength.
A little bit of a lackluster power play there for Iowa State. They finally got back into their cycling. They did it once before, but they only got into it for the second time with about 6 seconds left to go. Iowa State hoping to capitalize more on that.
Here's a chance thrown wide of the goal. Bishop trying to reach after it as he got decked. Boy, Iowa State has really upped their physicality here in these last few minutes.
Interesting move to up the physicality with around 11 and change left in the third period in a one-goal game that's as even as this.
Bishop hustling after it. He's got Tintero with him. Bishop trying to get some hits to go his way this time. Right at the line now, Tintera trying to force it in. That didn't work out. Now good speed out the other way by the Cyclones. Tate Hentz. Hentz fires it into the corner. Crandall will flip it up off the boards, and Bradley will come out through center. Here is Peters. He will just fling this one in and get a change. Pearson will drop it off here for Kester. The 11:05 to go in the third. Iowa State on top 2-1. Here they come across the line. Hentz throws it across. Nice chance in front. Sule kicks it away, keeping his team just down by 1. Across the line, Braves trying to come right back into the zone, and Cooney was right there. Now up along the wall. Good play by Etchison and Tuttle. Right there as Iowa State gets a couple of changes. They'll go back in behind their own net here as it's corralled by the Cyclones. Burst of speed up ahead as they wind their way into the zone. Drop pass, they're offside. Good catch by the official. Was right there the whole way.
Yeah, that looked like it was Dylan Haar that was offside. He seemed about a step, maybe a half step offside. I want to throw it back to Donnie Gusky, creating that chance just a few minutes ago. He came in with a 1-on-2, managed to find his way around a guy. And, we've pointed to this before. It wasn't a complicated move. He just figured out, position your body one way, get around, get back to the puck. It wasn't fancy, but it got the job done, and that's all that matters.
Off the draw now, Bradley trying to kick it in the skates. Logan Nigg right there as he forces it to the corner. Nigg drops it back for Sorrentino. Had it bumped off his stick back behind the net. Spence in there as well for the Braves. And Salatka working along the boards. Bryce Kessel right at the center of this scrum near that NAHL logo. in the far left corner. Good work here by the Braves. They bump it back. Blackburn looking for the lane. Will go back down low. Tough angle shot. Net came off. And once again, that's going to prevent a scoring chance for the Bradley Braves.
Well, the age-old question persists: is the net just on poor moorings, or was that a very opportune time to stop the game? I say a little column A, a little column B.
Could go either way. I mean, it's been a thing at both nets. So
it's been a thing at both nets, and this is not the only game we've seen it in. Nets flying all day today from 11 a.m. to what time is it right now? It's too late, that's for sure.
It's almost 10.
Almost 10. It's been a long day for us.
13 hours and counting here at the Nelson Center. Braves keep it in, deflecting it towards the goal. But up along the boards now. We're under 10 to play in the third period, as it is starting to become desperation time for Bradley. Here's a chance in front. Juicy rebound. Cleared out and up out of the zone by the Cyclones. That was a nice job to clear it down.
Well, if you're going to crash the net, the general idea, hold on, home run pass here.
Bradley's got it. Snapper into the glove of Pearson, and he'll hang on.
As I was going to say, Bradley crashed the net there. They had two guys right on the goaltender, but neither of them picked up the puck first. It was just sitting right there in front for the rebound. So, crash your net, yeah, but make sure you have the puck first, guys. Bradley facing crunch time here. 9.5 to left to go, and they've had their chances. They'll continue to create chances over this next 9.5, and honestly, I don't think I can confidently say I believe that the score will remain 2-1 for the rest of this game.
It has been like that for almost a whole period now, but we shall see what we get here in the final 9.5. Now played out through center. Here's a chance, and Sule, oh my! That was a dangerous play out in front of the Bradley goal, and somehow that one stayed out. That's the second time this game that the Braves have gotten bailed out from a close play in front. Tuttle down low into the corner now for Trevor Cooney, and Cooney had it rolled off his tape. Up ahead now as the Cyclones come out through center. Big hit thrown, and Kester will come across the line. Shot was blocked from Josh Crandall as it goes down low. Crandall lost the twig there, has to find it again. Turn around trying the slot. Sorrentino broke it up as he will come out through center. 8:30 to go. Sorrentino forcing it into the corner, and it will be held onto here by Drew Pearson.
Let's break down that breakaway opportunity there. He came out, he had it in front, and defender in the back, I didn't catch his number, kind of held up his hand, say, look, I'm not interfering with him here. Guy goes down, pokes the puck forward, manages to put a shot on goal there. Great opportunity. Guy blew a tire in just about the worst opportunity possible.
Iowa State quickly out of the zone, and here they come with speed. Here's Simpson, or Schultz rather, across the line. Good breakup by the Braves. Sorrentino banking it off the boards for Logan Nigg, who just missed his mark to Corey Kohut. Kohut chops it up. Logan Nigg chasing after it, gets the stick in, and goes back behind the net. Nice pass from Logan Nigg in the slot, trying to go for Ryan Spence. And Bryant just able to keep it. No, didn't keep it in the zone, so offside, 7:55 to go.
One thing that's hitting me now is both teams pretty clear of penalties here in this third period. They realize it's time to buckle down. We cannot take penalties, whether they be compete penalties, whether they be lack of judgment penalties. And it's interesting to see that paired with the increase in physical play from Iowa State. Usually one goes up and so does the other, but Iowa State getting a little more physical but keeping it clean.
Bradley sails this one in off the glass, where it will be played by Austin Simpson. Here's a chance for Peters out in front on the backhand, sent it high. Pearson was ready for it in case, but it missed his mark. Into the corner now for Seth Bishop, who goes hard into the boards. That's a tough hit to take for Bishop. Now Peters got to be careful there with the puck, as Pearson will deflect it. That was a close offside call, but the officials say it was a delayed offside. Another big hit in the corner, as Iowa State has really, I think, been one thing that they've excelled at is throwing the body here throughout this game and getting that physical element.
Yeah, like I said, and for the most part, it hasn't burned them in the penalty box. If you can effectively play the physical game and keep yourself out of trouble, that is the best of both worlds. You'll take that every day of the week and twice on Tuesdays.
Under 7 now to play in the period up the boards. Lucchese trying to go for the outstretched stick of Cam Etchison as a tie up there in the corner. Braves scrambling to get back on defense here. Here's Peter Salatka. Salatka shot blocked by, looks like Blackburn there, and back into the corner. Salatka up the boards, and out it will come through center. Cyclones with it, and that one's flown wide of Sule, and Blackburn chops it up the boards. Missed the mark wide once again of the net. It'll be Logan Nig to play it. Nig looking for Cooney, and Cooney has it on the one-touch pass. Cooney hustling after it now, and Nig plays it off the glass. Thrown into the zone as we approach the 6-minute mark here. Starting to become desperation mode for the Bradley Braves. Broken up now as it's played right at the line by Sam Brine, who will flip it deep. Flung up off the other side. Corey Kohut right there for Bradley, working with Iowa State's Bryce Kessel. Kohut forcing it down into the corner now for the Braves. Kohut into the corner. Here's a chance. That one's off the glass. Sorrentino pinching in to keep it here for the Braves. Logan Nig will take it into the corner for Bradley. Here's Spence getting roughed up along the boards. That puck will come free and be taken a hold of by the Iowa State Cyclones. Out through center. Sule will come in and play it here for the Braves as they go up ice. We are moving right along here in this third period with just over 5 to play. Here come the Braves across the line. Andrew Schmidt drops it back. They go for Peters in the slot, and those are the kind of passes that Bradley needs to make in this situation.
Remember when I was saying this game could be a 3-hour game that kept up on the pace? It didn't.
There's Schmidt, Bishop now with it. That one hit the post on the shot, and Spence will fling it back. Here's Schmidt trying to throw it toward the net, looking for the redirect from Bishop. 4:40 to go. Crandall unable to keep it as Iowa State will come out. Spence came right off. That gives a odd man a rush for the Cyclones. And the knuckleballer fought off by Sule. A giveaway here by the Braves.
Spence has got to be better about when he comes off. Quintera, lucky that he's as quick as he is.
Quintera chops at it here. 4:20 to go now. Bishop after it for the Braves. And Quintera in there as well. Crandall has that loose puck in the corner. Bradley with it. Banked up ahead. And Quintera will move it into the zone. Quintera could be his potential last game here as a member of the Bradley Braves, and he's had such a storied career here at Bradley. Would hate to see this be the last game of his Bradley career. Iowa State now with it as they move it up for Hentz. Nice pass on the left wing side. Hentz into the zone as he scoops it into the corner. Hentz throws it down low. They try and find a man in the corner. Good pressure from Trevor Cooney, and Crandall with it now for the Braves. Here's Crandall, needs to try and get a bounce, but that one off a body. Now Blackburn will pick it up, goes into the zone. Here's Brooks Blackburn cutting inside, going all the way around out front, loose in the slot area, and dug out. 3:20 to go. Now here's Cooney with the shot, and that one's deflected off the stick of Bryce Kessel. Broken up, another try, and Pearson makes the save. And the Braves finally get a whistle, need some rest, and now they get a chance to do so here.
And look at the pressure coming for the Braves here with 3:13 to go here. They know that this could be it. They're putting some heavy, heavy pressure on.
See what we get here. We're getting towards pulled goalie territory here, probably within the next minute or so.
I'd say so. So keep an eye over here on Joshua Sule.
We'll see what Sule does in terms of getting towards the net. 3:13 to go. Off the draw, Iowa State wins it. Big pressure along the boards. Nig after it there for the Braves. Bradley has had chances, and they have not been able to get much past Drew Pearson today, except the one goal from Ryan Spence. Bradley will pick it up. Sule was kind of creeping out there for a minute, but we'll keep an eye on him. Iowa State now up the boards. Lucchese able to keep the zone. Braves have it now. Here's Nig. That's blocked. Nice job defensively. Back to the point, Lucchese. That one's blocked again. Nice job. Lucchese take this one all the way around the outside. Lucchese in the slot. They were looking for Kohut. Jammed it up in the slot area, and Nig takes down a man. And now the Cyclones will move up out of the zone. Here's Simpson lifting his way through center. And now Lucchese, 2:22 to go. Here's Lucchese, holds on to it. Trying to go for Bishop across with 2:15 to go. Bishop looking to go back to the point. Bryant's got to get back on his horse here. Here's Simpson with speed. Around the outside, kick save, and the rebound goes off the wall there. And taken a hold of by the Iowa State Cyclones. 2 minutes to go. Ends up ahead now as it's whacked at. Randall trying to get that puck. 150. We'll keep an eye on Sule. Here's a chance for Tintera if he can get through the seam. Just couldn't do so. Tintera with it now, trying to go for Brendan Peters, but that missed the mark. Iowa State will come out the other way now as it will be dumped back in. 1:33 to go.
I'm not sure Bradley's going to find an opportunity to pull the goalie unless, they just do it.
We'll see what they can do. Sule has been kind of inching his way out, but Iowa State has shut Bradley down here, and they have not allowed him to get anything going. 1:18 now remains on the clock. Braves will slow it down, and we'll see what we get here. This is desperation mode, no doubt, here from the Bradley Braves. Nig came off. He better be careful. He almost got a too many men penalty against the Braves. 1:03 to go. Iowa State just trying to slow things down here. Need to get Sule off as soon as you can. Blackburn gets shoved up along the boards. And 52 seconds to go.
Sule looks just content over there. He doesn't even look like he's thinking about it.
Well, Bradley hasn't had any possession. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Blackburn trying to get back defensively. 40 seconds to go. And now Bradley will come in, and now Sule's got to go. Finally, will get off, but Iowa State has possession again, and Bradley has not had any possession here these final few moments. Lucchese has it with 27 to go, and this passing has been a huge problem here for Bradley these last 20 seconds. Now here's Logan Nig along the boards, looks out of gas. Nig trying to throw it in front. Rebound away as Nig gets shoved to the ice, and that will be a stoppage with 14.2.
Looks like the man who went down there was number 52, Logan Nig. He went down a little hard, and now we'll have a timeout on the Bradley end. You got to draw up one play. You got to go with old reliable here. Figure out a way to tie this game up. You said it best. If this is not successful, what'll do Bradley in is the passing. The passing has been sloppy at certain points in the game, and it's been sloppy especially at the critical crunch time you see at the back end of this third period. So
if you're Coach Brian Hamilton here, what are you telling your guys with 14.2 seconds left on the clock? Let's try and get something going.
Well, first I'm telling Tintera take the face-off and win the face-off. That's the most important thing. I think you might tell him, kick it up to the point. I would say point to point and just take a shot, and then everybody, be ready for a rebound. But you could also just try one right off the face-off, straight up to the point, take the shot, see if you can catch them off guard. But the important thing is right now is that you maintain your zone presence. I've said it all night, is that Bradley isn't optimizing the amount of time they keep it in their zone. This is 14.2 seconds. You have to do that right now, and you have to do that for the full time.
We'll see what we get. It is no doubt crunch time here as Brian Hamilton wraps up his discussions with his team. And Iowa State out of the huddle, ready to go to try and defend this last 14.2 seconds of this game. No doubt they will have Tintera on the draw here for the Braves to try and win it back.
Be silly not to.
We'll see what we get. Here we go. Off the draw, Tintera wins it back. Kohut going to wind it up, broke his twig at the most inconvenient time. Now Spence back to the point. That one's poked out, and that's going to pretty much do it. Kohut will come at the wall, and that is going to do it. The Iowa State Cyclones survive and advance to the second round, where they will play their arch rival, the Iowa Hawkeyes, tomorrow afternoon. And you think about if that stick doesn't break for Corey Kohut, what happens? I mean, a tough way to end the game for Bradley.
Absolutely a tough way. From what I saw of this shot, there was not much of a shooting lane there. Now that can work two ways. One, it might have just hit some. It might have just hit some legs. that might have also been, a net-seeking puck. It might have found its way through these legs. Goalie's screen, maybe ricochet, take a bounce, and you don't know what could have happened. It could have been, a totally different outcome. But, Iowa State Cyclones played a very solid game. Bradley had a couple things that did them in, but honestly, we advertised this as the main card, and it was a knockdown, drag-out fight. It went the distance.
Not a lot of goals scored here tonight, but sometimes that makes for some entertaining hockey like it did here tonight. Iowa State won 2-1 earlier in the year, and they win the season series 2-1 and advance here over the Bradley Braves. So tough to see this season end for Bradley. It's been a really fun season to watch. They have played some great games at home. They only have one true senior in Kyle Tantera, but just the way that guy plays, Iowa State shut him down, though, tonight, and they should be really proud of that.
That's the kind of guy where even though you're losing one senior, you're scouring the nation for a recruit to replace him because you need that kind of talent, to replace. You can't just lose that kind of guy, but such is the nature of college sports. And, Kyle Tantera has had a heck of a career. I've been covering SIU for 2 years now, and I've said his name constantly, either at East Dalton or watching the games over at Bradley.
It has been a fun season indeed. Iowa State is going to be advancing to play Iowa tomorrow, and so the Bradley season comes to an end here in a disappointing 2-1 fashion over Iowa State. So we'll have the two semifinals tomorrow. We'll kick it off with SIUE and Illinois State, and then we'll have Iowa and Iowa State tomorrow here from the Nelson Center. So thanks for joining us here tonight. Again, the final score, Iowa State tops Bradley 2-1. For Luke Clevenger, I'm Matt Harrington. Good night, everybody.